What is going on? This is my second video on Earth2.io, and this is something that's very different than my normal content. Normally I talk about starting and growing meal prep businesses, so my normal subscribers are probably very confused, but I do have a tendency every once in a while to just do random videos of stuff that I find interesting. I love sharing this kind of stuff, and I've got a great hack that helps you get basically some free money. If you're already familiar with Earth2.io, I think this is a good video for you. The first video was really on some investment ideas, especially for beginners like myself. I came up with a couple of decent investment strategies, I think, and also some stuff that I think is maybe not a great investment, but worth buying, sentimental stuff. A great example I want to show you guys is my buddy got married on this beach. I bought up that. I'm going to give it to him as a gift. I thought that was pretty cool. Another recent one, and check out my video for more information on, the list of things that I think are really good investments that will mature very quickly. I also purchased the National Palace of Haiti. Now that's basically the president's house, the White House or Buckingham Palace of Haiti. I got that at a great deal because right now a lot of people are investing in Haiti, and there was an earthquake several years ago. They ended up, having a lot of damage to the palace. They leveled it. They do plan on rebuilding it, but it'll be some time. So right now, nobody's really going after that area. So I was able to get it super cheap, 10 cents a square. Right now, the United States is over $7 a square. When I did my video yesterday, it was at $6.09. When I got in like 3 or 4 days ago, it was the US was at $3.78. So it's growing very quickly. But this is the National Palace of Haiti. When they rebuild it, they are going to be building it on that same land. So it's going to skyrocket in value. The US, $7.15 a square now. Like I said, when I got into it a few days ago, it's at $3. It was at $3.78. It's growing. It's grown 7,051%. It just keeps going and going and going. So if you're not familiar with it, there's better videos that will do a good detailed and deep dive on what Earth 2.0 or Earth2.io is. But the short version is, imagine a virtual reality world that's one-to-one scale, that can host video games, e-commerce, stuff that you can't even imagine. Throw in some cryptocurrency, throw in some gold mines and diamond mines and natural resources hidden under these squares randomly, and then you're able to go around and buy up these squares. Now, there's only one of each square. It's like a real world. When you buy that property, that's your property now. So they basically imagine going through Google Maps and being able to buy up squares of land. This is what it looks like. All these flags are purchased land. Someone's purchased it, and these are their countries that they chose to, the flag that they chose to represent the land that they purchased. And you can see the trending, the most expensive countries are the fastest growing countries right now. The US is at the top as both the most expensive and fastest growing. Then we got the UK, we got China, Canada, Australia, and it goes down. Now, the US is at the top right now, $7.05 for a square. These are all uniform size pieces of land. And I'm going to assume that most of you watching this are familiar with it. So I'm going to jump more into how to get 10% back when you make a purchase. Now, many of you are probably familiar with the fact that there's a referral code that you can use, and that will give you 5%. And then whoever gave you that referral code, they get 5%. So first off, before we go any further, I want to ask you, if you find this useful, if you find this video or my other video useful, please, please, please use my referral code. I'm helping you make an investment. And, I think it'd only be fair, especially since I'm showing you how to double the amount of money that you're getting back. Instead of just a measly 5%, you're going to be getting 10% back. That's more than anybody else is getting. Now, this doesn't work in every country. I'll show you how this works, though, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. I will do it live with you. Now, first off, the land that we're looking at right here is rumored to be where the lost city of Atlantis is. I saw a documentary, and they said that there's, I'm not going to get too much into it, find it on YouTube, but basically based on the historical descriptions of the, mythical city of Atlantis, a lot of people thought it sunk into the sea. Well, they've realized that there's this area in Africa that it's actually in the Sahara Desert, and it resembles the lost city of Atlantis and how it was described, I believe, by Plato and some other people who visited it. And what they're thinking is, instead of sinking into the sea, the tectonic plates rose, the water left, and I don't know exactly the details of what they think happened, but there's a strong reason to believe that this is the lost city of Atlantis. So in my other video, one of the suggestions I give you as far as finding investments is stuff that is one of a kind, stuff that's historical, stuff that can't be replicated, and I guess it fits the one of the kind thing. And also, my underlying thing is thinking outside the box. But check out that video because I go into more detail as far as what investments I think would be pretty keen. So in any case, Lost City of Atlantis. I love conspiracy theories and ancient theories on what's happened as far as being visited by aliens and all that kind of mystical stuff that's been lost over the ages. So I thought of this tonight, got super excited. I'm grabbing it at 10 cents a square. And now that's key because that's kind of how all this works. Now I've already grabbed up some of it. And where are we? I'm going right into the dead middle. Now, according to legend, the middle of the island was actually where there was fresh spring water. Here we go. This is right in the middle. I've already been buying up some squares. Got this square highlighted. Now it's 10 cents a square. You get 5, when you use a referral code, you get 5% back. Now, 10 cents, what's 5% of that? That's a half a penny. Well, they can't do half a penny. So what do they end up doing? They round up to a penny. Well, what is a penny in relation to 10 cents? That's 10%. So if I were to make a 10-cent purchase and force Earth2.io to give me a penny back, I actually make 10% on the deal. So think about it like this. If you were about to purchase, let's say you're about to purchase 10 squares at 10 cents, you'd be spending $1, you'd be getting 5 cents back if you bought them all at one time, because it's able to just give you 5% of that dollar that you spent. But if you purchase them one at a time, which is exactly what I'm doing, highlighted this guy right here, going down here to make a purchase. I've got someone else's promo code in there. Don't use their promo code. Use my promo code. Probably have it scrolling across the bottom, or I have it in the show notes below. I'm going to title this. So in my portfolio, I know what it is. And I'm going to make this purchase. As you can see right here, it's going to be giving me 1 cent. Spending 10 cents, get 10% back. So instead of making a big purchase for $1 or $10 or whatever, if I break it down and buy individual squares, I actually am able to double the amount of money that I'm getting back. Now, it might not sound like a lot. What's half a penny, right? Well, if you do that 10 times, you get 11 squares instead of just 10 squares. So if I spend $1 and I only get 10 squares, then 5 cents back doesn't really do anything for me. But if I spend $1 on individual purchases and I get 10 cents back, now I can buy an 11th square, and now I've got 11 pieces of property. Now, when those pieces of property mature, that's going to be extra money in my pocket. Now, extrapolate that. See, just how much do you want to really buy? How much are you going to invest? You're going to invest $100 worth? Go for it. You're going to get 10% back. And now when that $100, when that 10 cents eventually starts getting bought up and that price goes up to just $1, I mean, I showed you the US is at, the US so far is the first one to break $1. But as more people become aware of Earth2.io, more money is going to flood in. As more of these properties are bought up, the price on the remaining property goes up. And eventually, you're going to start seeing people going to the cheaper countries that are currently at 10 cents. That's going to drive the price up. And eventually, I mean, it's not far-fetched to assume that it could make it to $1 and 10x your original investment. So if you're able to get another 10% on the original investment, in any case, let me say this. Again, don't invest what you can't afford to lose. Don't take your rent to the casino. I've played with Forex. I've played with cryptocurrency. I've played with stocks. And one thing I've learned is never invest what you can't afford to lose. If it's going to ruin your week, that's one thing. If it's going to make a dent in your life, don't play with it. Chump change is all you should be playing around with. So that's basically it. I'm going to go through and make the remainder of these purchases and add them to my portfolio. This is also property that I think I will be able to flip pretty easily. I will probably bundle them together and mark up the price, because eventually once this middle island is bought up, this is basically the key of Atlantis. This is the middle island. These rings are rumored to be these barrier islands that, according to people who have been there, said that they surrounded Atlantis. And again, it's very far off the coast. But if you know how tectonic plates work, if you want to find it, here it is. It's a little hard to find. It's not like you could really find it on the map, but here's how you find it. I'd be happy to have you as my neighbor. I'm going to do my investment, buy some nice chunk of Atlantis, and yeah. So if you guys find that useful, again, please use my referral code. I deeply appreciate it. And maybe I'll do another one of these videos. I don't know if more ideas come to me or if I find some other hacks or some other tips on what to invest in. Definitely check out my other video. I go through a lot more ideas on there, but this is something I wanted to. I was really excited when I found this because I love little tips and tricks and little hacks like this. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm not sure when their system's going to wise up, and maybe they'll do something to make it so you can't make purchases at that amount, or they'll start doing fractional cents. I don't know. It's working now. So if you're planning on making an investment in the short term, I suggest you do it now. Find a country that's got 10-cent properties or something below. Anything that's below, really anything that's below like 20 cents, because 5% of 20 cents would be a full cent. So anything below that, you'd actually be getting some free money. The cheapest property right now is 10 cents. So that works out. Doubles that 5%, makes it 10%. You get that back. So like I said, if you guys find it useful, please use my referral code. Happy investing, safe investing. Have fun with this. This whole thing can tank. So like I said, I can't stress it enough. Don't play with anything that you can't afford to lose. But this is exciting. This is the first of its kind. I've never seen anything else like this. And it's really exciting to think about, a 1-to-1 scale virtual Earth and all of the possibilities that can come out of that. So check out my other video. And for all my people who are, from my meal prep audience, I've got more videos coming. Don't worry, more meal prep videos. I go back to the normal stuff after this, but I love sharing all this stuff.